The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Liam Spencer might die saving Steffy Forrester's life. Will Liam go out a hero instead of facing a brain tumor exit? Now that Liam's been diagnosed with an inoperable brain mass, he's struggling over this terrible thing that he can't control. It'd be nice if Liam could get a little of that control back, and it could happen if a fatal twist is brewing. There's no confirmation yet on whether Liam will survive by some miracle or truly face a grim fate. However, the show's definitely leaning into the tragedy of it all and making it seem like Liam's headed for his sad demise. With that in mind, it'd be a mistake to assume that Liam will get some last-minute cure. This may be one time when B2B actually intends to kill off a character, so we should consider the possibility that Liam may genuinely be on his way out. If Liam is going to die anyway, then the show might want to offer up a curveball. Wouldn't it be soapy if Liam got one last chance to play the hero and perhaps save a life before he goes? It's easy to imagine Liam riding to the rescue if someone close to him lands in grave danger. Steffy, Hope Logan, Beth Spencer, and Kelly Spencer would be the obvious contenders here. However, Steffy would make the most sense, considering there definitely seems to be a dangerous situation bubbling up for her. Luna Nozawa is becoming increasingly furious with Steffy since she feels like her stepmom is thwarting her attempts to connect with John Finn Finnegan. We could certainly see the potential for Luna to cause another round of turmoil and do something that puts Steffy at risk. Luna previously drugged Steffy and restrained her in a cage with the intention of letting her perish in a building demolition. That says a lot about what Luna's capable of, so we can't rule out the idea that she'll strike Steffy again. There might be a scenario where Liam figures out Steffy's in trouble and comes to her rescue before it's too late. Liam might save Steffy's life and lose his own life in the process depending on how it all goes down. Although Liam still wouldn't be able to stop his march into the grave, at least he could control Steffy's fate and feel like his own demise had a purpose. If Liam is really facing a fatal exit, would you rather see him go out a hero than watch the brain tumor fully take its toll? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soap Spectrum. I am Emily here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Thursday, May 15, reveal that Steffy Forrester will have a double shocker for Taylor Hayes, while Hope Logan pushes Carter Walton to Daphne Rose. At the Cliff House, Taylor may walk in on Steffy's conversation with John Finn Finnegan and hear that Liam Spencer is dying. The news that Liam is facing an inoperable brain tumor will certainly catch Taylor off guard. Once Taylor gets updates on Liam's grim prognosis, she'll also learn that Steffy went against Liam's wishes and told Hope what was going on. Steffy will explain her reasons for coming clean to Hope and get some support from her mom. Like Finn, Taylor will understand why Steffy felt the need to spill to Hope under the circumstances. Hope cares about Liam just as much as Steffy does and is Beth Spencer's mother, so Taylor will think Steffy's decision was the right one. While both Finn and Taylor give Steffy support, B and B spoilers say Hope will continue her tearful conversation with Liam at Brooke's place. That'll give Carter the opportunity to eavesdrop and hear Hope committing to a future with Liam. Hope's heartfelt words will push Carter in Daphne's direction, so she'll console him and suggest this is a sign to let go. Daphne has already been pressuring Carter to move on with his life, so she'll reiterate her stance and urge him to see that Hope's doing the same thing. Daphne will definitely take advantage of the situation and hope she can lock in her own future with Carter. Since Carter will be devastated over Hope seemingly choosing Liam, Daphne may be able to make some real progress. However, Liam will give Hope a reminder that he's not going to be around forever and work to convince her that Carter is still her best romantic path forward. In other words, Carter may feel all hope is lost and cave in when it comes to Daphne's hot temptation, but then Hope may find herself ready for a reunion with him. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that there are 4 reasons why Thomas Forrester must return, even if it means recasting the role. Thomas is needed on canvas, so let's discuss why he should come back in some form. For starters, Thomas and Paris Buckingham are planning a wedding that still hasn't happened yet. B&B left that part of the story dangling, so Thomas either needs to marry Paris or end up heartbroken after a failed engagement. We vote for the latter option since it would free Thomas up for other love interest possibilities. Maybe even a familiar one depending on how the rest of the storyline with Liam Spencer plays out. If B&B is genuinely rushing Liam into the grave, then Hope Logan is about to be in mourning. It makes sense for Thomas to bring Douglas Forrester back to Los Angeles for some family time with his mom. Thomas may also want to comfort Hope, which could potentially lead to another romantic chapter together. If Thomas returns single following a Paris breakup, that could make it even easier for him to reconnect with Hope as she grieves. Of course, Steffy Forrester could use her brother's support when it comes to dealing with Liam's fatal outcome and the inevitable next round of Luna Nozawa mayhem. Thomas and Steffy have a strong bond, so it'd be nice to see that connection featured on screen again. Plus, engagement hints have been dropping for Taylor Hayes and Ridge Forrester. Eric Forrester basically acted like Ridge hadn't made much of a commitment to Taylor since he hadn't put a ring on it. Ridge may take that as a challenge at some point and pop the question to Taylor. That could set the stage for Taylor and Ridge to tie the knot once more, so it'd be great if Thomas could be at the wedding. If Ridge and Taylor have a remarriage ceremony ahead of them, let's hope that maybe Thomas can be at the celebration. Even if Matthew Atkinson doesn't return to the role, Thomas is an important character who's been recast multiple times. The show could eventually give another actor a chance to shine in the part, so stick with us for updates on any major casting news. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Thomas' future could be bright if he makes a Los Angeles comeback, so stay tuned. If there's one thing we've got to hand to the bold and the beautiful's Liam, it's that the dying man sure is stubborn. He's running around town, his head mysteriously covered, having heart-to-hearts with those he loves, while utterly refusing to tell them what's going on. It's all a bit dramatic, but hey, this is a soap opera. Though why Bill didn't question this sudden tenderness from his son or his questionable headwear choice is beyond us. Now though, both Steffy and, thanks to her, Hope both know what's going on. And as Steffy noted to Finn on Wednesday's episode, she's been reflecting on how both mothers are in this together. No one else will quite understand what they're going through as each other, and they'll have to lean on each other more than anyone else. That may just be the starting point for Liam's most fervent desire, for Hope and Steffy to mend fences, come together in friendship, and lean on each other once he's gone. But it may not stop there, because reconciling could lead these 2 women to look for the silver lining in Liam's death. One idea? Bring Hope for the future back. It can't be done without both of them, and doing so to honor Liam would be the best reason to actually make it work without clashing egos and business-killing drama. The kicker, though, would be if they brought it back as a charity line. They could relaunch the fashion brand with proceeds going towards research into finding a cure and better treatment for brain tumors. With Hope's designs and Steffy's business sense, they could channel their loss into a passion and make a real difference in the world. If there was ever a time to say it, it would definitely be now. The bold and the beautiful spoilers heavily suggest that Bill Spencer has a huge confession to make to his son Liam Spencer before he dies. That's because there's a very good chance that Bill might have altered Steffy Forrester's paternity test to make it look like Liam was the father and not him. One of the reasons why Bill might have done that is because he knew that he caused enough damage as it was and didn't want to completely destroy his relationship with his son, let alone Liam's marriage to Steffy at the time. The test showed that Liam was the father, But a lot of fans still questioned for a while if it would come out later that Kelly was actually Bill's. It's been even noted that Bill was at the hospital when Steffi had the test done. This has prompted some people to wonder what if Bill was the one who paid someone off to have the test results changed to save his relationship with Liam. What's more, he had temporarily given up on pursuing Steffi at the time, and he was gunning pretty hard to get Liam and Steffi back together. If Bill's known that Kelly was his daughter this whole time but sacrificed that relationship for Liam's sake, his obsession with Luna and getting her out of prison certainly makes more sense to a lot of fans. Liam's pending death might actually force Bill to tell the truth before it's too late. It goes without saying that the bold and the beautiful fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. B&B airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In the meantime, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. At Brooks Place, Liam tells Hope he'll never be far away from her and Beth, even after he's gone. Love sticks around. Hope won't give up hope for some sort of treatment. Liam sure hopes so, but so far, the mass on his brain is still there. Hope vows to be there for him every step of the way. Hope informs Liam he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He grins, "Yes, ma'am." Suddenly, he gets a sharp pain behind his eye and grimaces. Hope exclaims, "Liam." Hope brings him water, and he apologizes for scaring her. He gets dizzy spells and sharp, stabby pains in his head. They seem to be more frequent. Hope wants to take him to the hospital, but he says they can't wave a magic wand and make the mass go away. He wants to stay with her. He just wants to be there and think about all the good times they've had, the memories. That's what I want to do. At the Cliff House, Steffi tells Finn if Hope is with Liam right now, she'll really be going through it trying to hide what she knows. She worries, should I have told her? Finn reassures her, it's important he gets support, especially as his condition worsens. The progression of this type of tumor can be erratic. Thankfully, Liam's focused on living. They're embracing when Taylor comes in. She realizes something is wrong and asks, "What's going on?" Taylor questions Steffi and Finn, and they go over Luna showing up there. She can never be part of their lives. Steffi asks if her mom came to see the kids. Taylor just wanted to check up on her. She senses something is wrong with her daughter. Steffi promised she wouldn't say anything. Taylor urges her to tell her. Finn nods and Steffi gasps, "It's Liam." Once Taylor's been filled in off-screen, Finn tells her how amazing Steffi has been. Steffi explains that's why he's been staying there. Taylor asks Finn about specialists. He says no one is giving up. Steffi cries that Liam's determined. All he thinks about is his little girls. Taylor marvels that what he's facing breaks her heart. She declares that it's cruel. Steffi goes between anger, sadness, and disbelief. Taylor talks to Finn about advancements in the neuro field. He says they're not fast enough for Liam. Steffi reminds Taylor she can't tell anyone, even her dad. She did tell Hope, however. She needed to know. Taylor understands and asks how she took it. Steffi says shocked and horrific realization. She tears up about them having to tell Kelly and Beth. Taylor says they will all be there for the girls, and Steffi and Hope too. At Forrester in the design office, Carter tries to work, but can't help but moon over Hope, thinking back to asking her for another shot. Daphne appears and closes the door. She guesses he was with Hope just now. She's never far from your thoughts, is she? Carter tries to steer the conversation to a PR meeting. Daphne's not sure she can make it. She's a bit stressed. She has to find a new place right away. Carter asks what he can do. Daphne says she's worried he's setting himself up for a bigger fall because of Hope. Daphne says she's learned about Hope's history with men. It's not a pretty picture. Carter says his history with women isn't great either. He's in no position to judge. Daphne worries he'll become another of Hope's casualties. From what she understands, They'd barely scratched the surface of their romantic relationship before everything changed. He says his feelings didn't. Daphne suggests maybe they should. Maybe he should protect his heart. Daphne believes Hope will ultimately end up with Liam again. Carter argues the point. He believes in Hope in their future. He walks out. At Brooke's place, Liam tells Hope he's been using a life hack, where he walks himself through all the incredible moments they shared with the kids. The birthdays and bike rides, the laughter and love. When he gets scared, he leans into those memories, and it helps. He urges her to do it with him right now. They agree to take a little power walk down memory lane and flash back through happy times. Liam says everything they went through gave him such an appreciation for her and their little family. Carter approaches the house and peeks in the door as Liam tells Hope she needs to move on. You have a future with Carter, if you want it. Carter frowns as Hope cries, I still want my future with you. She wants to spend every moment possible with Liam. We're going to be together. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of May 19, 2025 suggest that Hope Logan could get a second chance. Carter Walton likely turns to Daphne Rose after eavesdropping on LOPE. Plus, what comes next for Luna Nozawa? Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up next week in the CBS soap opera. Fans will see what happens after Carter overhears Hope, issuing a plea to Liam Spencer. Carter doesn't know that Liam is dying. However, when he hears Hope asking Liam to reunite, the COO will make an assumption. Carter will think that Hope would rather be with Liam instead of him. The COO might even think that everyone was right about Hope using and stringing him along. That heartbreak could have Carter turning to the ever-so-desperate Daphne. Carter probably doesn't bother confronting Hope. After hearing her, a heartbroken Carter probably returns to his office, where Daphne will be waiting to heal his broken heart. The Nose will definitely use this situation to make Carter her own. However, Carter could regret it later on when Hope tells him that Liam is dying. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that even though Hope might explain, it could already be too late. Carter and Daphne might already be a couple. That could lead to another reason for Steffy Forrester Finnegan to go ahead and bring Hope back to Forrester Creations. Fans might also see what John Finn Finnegan does after getting a request from Liam. The dying man will beg Finn to make sure that there is peace between Hope and Steffy after he's gone. Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester could be confused about the sudden turn in Hope and Steffy's relationship. With Liam insisting that nobody knows the truth, how will Hope and Steffy explain their truce? Over with Luna. She is devastated that Finn won't give her a chance. Luna understands that she did terrible things. However, she blames Steffy and even tells Finn he's choosing the rest of his family. It seems that Luna might make another bold move despite Sheila Carter Sharp's warnings. Meanwhile, Deacon Sharp seems slated to learn the truth about Sheila and Luna's dynamic. In recent months, Taylor and Ridge have cultivated a relationship rooted in peace and emotional stability, something rare given their tumultuous history. With Ridge stepping away from the constant friction with Brooke, he committed himself to a quiet future with Taylor. Their bond seemed strong, anchored in meaningful conversations and the shared vision of growing older together. Taylor, with her calm presence, provided Ridge with a sense of peace he hadn't known he needed. Ridge declared openly, especially to Brooke and Eric, that Taylor was his future. However, just as their new life appeared solid, an unforeseen presence reemerged from Taylor's past. A mysterious man named Lucian arrived quietly in Los Angeles, staying at a modest hotel in Beverly Hills. He did not approach Forrester Creations nor seek media attention. Instead, he came solely to find Taylor Hayes. Their eventual meeting at Il Giardino was tense and emotionally charged. Taylor's stunned reaction, shaking hands and trembling voice, revealed the depth of the secret. Lucian was not just an old acquaintance, he was her husband. The revelation uncovered a chapter of Taylor's life few knew existed. After a breakdown in Europe, she had retreated to a peaceful life in the south of France. There, she met Lucien, and the two bonded over shared pain and a mutual desire for healing. They married quietly, far from the chaos of Los Angeles. When Steffi needed her back home, Taylor returned, leaving that part of her life unspoken and unresolved. Now Lucien has followed her to Le, demanding answers. "I waited for you," he tells her. "You disappeared. You never even filed for divorce." The weight of his words sends Taylor into emotional turmoil, threatening everything she has rebuilt with Ridge. Meanwhile, Ridge, planning a romantic weekend for Taylor, is blindsided when she arrives home visibly shaken. Pressed for the truth, Taylor confesses the secret. "I was married. In Europe, his name is Lucien." Ridge is stunned. His shock quickly turns into heartbreak as he questions everything they've built together. To him, the revelation feels like a betrayal, a repeat of old patterns filled with secrets and omissions. In thrilling news for soap opera enthusiasts, The Bold and the Beautiful is setting off for Italy. The fan-favorite CBS daytime serial will tape a fresh batch of episodes in the beautiful landscapes of Naples and Capri, with the creative guidance of executive producer and executive head writer Bradley Bell. Popular for its extravagant storytelling and global popularity, Italy has long been a favorite destination with the series' creators. Upcoming episodes will boast of beautiful European landscapes, celebrity drama, and new twists guaranteed to capture viewers' attention. The special episodes will screen in the US in July 2025, while Italian audiences must wait until 2026 for screening. Location scouting in Italy was verified by supervising producer Casey Kasprick, who posted updates on Instagram with a caption. He took photos alongside location manager Titty Sink, production coordinator Elisa Gastaldello, and VP of International Operations Anthony Ferrari, featuring locations such as Castel dell'Ovo and Arco dell'Amore in Capri. The show collaborates with Rome-based Canizzo Produzioni to hire local talent, following B&B's tradition of cultural integration and location authenticity. Italy has been used as a visual and emotional setting for The Bold and the Beautiful numerous times over the years. From Lake Como in 1997 to Rome in 2023, the soap has periodically returned to its second home. Other past Italian shoots have included Venice, Portofino, and Puglia. The series has huge popularity domestically, where it is titled Beautiful and is transmitted on Mediaset's flagship channel, Canal 5, as part of the heart of its daytime lineup. Globally, B&B is an international phenomenon that airs in more than 100 nations and is considered the world's most watched daily drama show. The series has also been shot in Australia, Monaco, Mexico, Denmark, France, the Netherlands, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai, solidifying its global narrative credibility. Among the cast members traveling to Naples and Capri are, their return to Italian soil suggests possible new alliances, rekindled flames, and perhaps new betrayals. As reported by Michael Fairman TV, Italian viewers will have a rare opportunity to greet the cast at a public event on May 31, 2 to 5 p.m. in Castel Nuovo in Naples. Although details of this season's storytelling are not yet revealed, anticipation runs high after last year's tumultuous Roman sweep, where Hope's kiss with Thomas dissolved her marriage to Liam and reignited the love of Brooke and Ridge, only to see it broken down by corporate treachery. With stunning scenery and high emotional investment, The Bold and the Beautiful's newest Italian project is sure to provide unforgettable television again. Crew Morrow, who plays Will Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful, got a new tattoo to honor his mother for Mother's Day. The actor posted the picture on Instagram on May 12, 2025. In the caption, he stated, "It was revealed that Crew Morrow, instead of writing his mother's name, wrote October's Sun to mark the month of his mother's birthday." Morrow added, "One of his castmates, Don Diamont, known for playing his father, Bill Spencer, Jr., on The Bold and the Beautiful, commented on the post, jokingly saying he deserved a place on Morrow's skin as well. Dawn wrote, Morrow's fans regarded the surprise for his mother as one of the sweetest gestures. According to the storyline of The Bold and the Beautiful, Crew Morrow played the role of Will Spencer on the CBS soap opera. Will was introduced as the son of Bill Spencer Jr. and his ex-wife Katie Logan. It was revealed that Will had paternal half-brothers, Liam Spencer and Wyatt Spencer. Will's character returned to Los Angeles in 2024 after a long time to meet his family. After arriving in town, he learned that his father, Bill, had left his mother, Katie, for another woman named Poppy. He discovered that he had a half-sister, Luna, from Bill's past relationship with Poppy. However, it later turned out to be false. When Will went to meet his father, he was left angry and disgusted after finding Bill in bed with Poppy. He felt bad for his mother, Katie, as Bill had left her alone at the Spencer mansion. He decided to cheer up his mother, surprising her with some flowers. Katie was overjoyed to see her son. She greeted him, and they started talking about his travels. Later, Will met his half-brother, Liam, and the two discussed their lives. As they engaged in a conversation, Will expressed his doubts, saying he was suspicious of Poppy, the new person in town. He suspected Poppy because it was revealed that Luna was not his half-sister, but the biological daughter of John Finnegan. Crew Morrow was born on May 27, 2005, in Los Angeles, California. Daytime fans recognized the actor for his performance as Will Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful. Apart from playing Will on the CBS soap opera, Crew Morrow appeared in multiple films and television shows, enhancing his acting portfolio. Morrow's fans could catch a glimpse of the actor in popular productions such as Healing Towers, 24 Hours to D-Day, and Continental Split. Besides awaiting the roles Crew Morrow plays in the future, his fans are eager to find out what happens next to his character, Will Spencer, in the storyline of The Bold and the Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Thursday, May 15 saw Liam leaning on Hope, Steffy breaking the news to Taylor, and Daphne Rose trying to manipulate Carter. Liam promised Hope he'd always be with her and Beth, even when he's gone, because love never dies. She was hopeful they'd find a solution, but Liam was not. The mask was there, it was inoperable, and they had to face facts. Poor Liam then had another headache spell and nearly collapsed. Hope got him some water and Liam explained his symptoms from his dizzy spells to the sharp pains that nearly take him out. Hope wanted to take him to the hospital, but Liam refused. There was nothing any of the doctors could do. Instead, he wanted to stay with her and relax with her by his side. Being with her was the best medicine, after all. Liam then led her on another walk down memory lane. Back at the Cliff House, Finn assured Steffy she did the right thing. They then discussed Liam's uncertain future. Yes, he's dying, but Finn reminded Steffy they weren't sure when or how fast. They just needed to concentrate on the here and now. Steffy cried in his arms until Taylor came in. Taylor noticed Steffy was upset. She began to pry. Steffy and Finn tried to blame it on Luna's visit, but Taylor guessed it was deeper than that. Try as she might, Steffy could not hold back and told Taylor about Liam, but then swore her to secrecy. As you can expect, Taylor nearly fell apart at the thought of Liam's life ending way too soon, and like everyone else in the know, she wanted Liam to have support, even if he doesn't want it. She was happy to hear Steffy told Hope though, so at least they can be there for the girls. All they can do is keep Liam comfortable, loved, and give him all the time they can with Kelly and Beth. Meanwhile, at the office, Carter was pining for Hope. Daphne Rose found him reminiscing and dropped a bomb on him. She needed to find a new place because being at Forrester was too much. She then warned Carter from his ex. Her history speaks for itself, especially her history with men. Well, Carter reminded her he's no saint either. Not only did he sleep with Eric's wife, but he also stole his company. Carter then put his foot down. He's determined to win back Hope. He believes in her and their future, and that's that. It was time for her to back off. He then walked out on her, leaving Daphne Rose to stew in her self-made disappointment. Much to his surprise, when Carter showed up at the Logan estate, instead of finding Hope pinning of him, she was there handing her heart to Liam and asking for another chance. It's going to be a must-watch day on B&B. The bold and the beautiful must-watch moments for Friday, May 16, see Liam try to convince Hope to give Carter another chance. It promises to be a day filled to the brim with drama, and you won't want to miss a second of the show. Tune in to CBS or Paramount Plus to watch. Liam is dying and can't bear the thought of losing Hope and both of his daughters. It's been a while since they've been married, and the two have obviously spent time together over the past few days. Liam hopes he will spend the time he has left with Beth, Kelly, and others in his life. Not too long ago, Hope was with Carter. They sneakily took Forrester Creations away from the Forresters after Steffi dropped Hope for the future, punishing Hope for kissing Finn. Steffi called in her friend Daphne to come to Los Angeles to seduce Carter and break up him and Hope. Her plan didn't necessarily work, but Carter grew a conscience, and he ended up giving the company back to the Forrester. That ultimately caused Hope to break up with him. Finn made Luna think they could have a relationship. Luna is desperate to have Finn in her life, now that she has found out he's her father. She's doing whatever she can, even if that means sneaking into the Cliff House when Steffi's not around. Finn was open to having a relationship with Luna, but now he's been pulling away from her. We can't help but think that he misled Luna on The Bold and the Beautiful. Finn felt a flurry of emotions when he learned that he was Luna's father. There was joy, sadness, frustration, and anger. This offered him the opportunity to get to know her better. Finn believed he should have been there for Luna in the darkest moments of her life. He feels that he would have been a good role model, and rightfully so. Who wouldn't want someone like Finn as their father? He's devoted and committed to his family. Plus, he has a good heart. He's everything that Luna's not. Sadly, she couldn't get to know her father when she was growing up. Her mom, Poppy, took that opportunity away from her. Understandably, Finn's feelings for Luna are all over the place. When he first told her that he was her father, he hugged her. He told her that she could finally look into her father's eyes. That was the last tender moment they had together. Then, after he spoke to Steffi, things quickly changed. Steffi told Luna that Finn would never have anything to do with her. Finn became cold and distant. Finn told Luna that she couldn't be in his life. This is understandable since Luna caged his wife and killed 2 innocent men. However, Finn led Luna on. He made her think they could finally have a father-daughter relationship. He showed her love and compassion and then took it all away. It's no wonder that Luna is desperate to have a relationship with Finn. She feels confused and hurt by his actions. Finn made Luna assume that he would be her father figure after sharing this news. But he ended up ignoring her. What are your thoughts on Finn? Do you agree that he misled Luna? Or do you think he's doing the right thing by keeping his distance? Let us know in the comments section. Don Diamont was grateful to his co-workers for being able to play Bill Spencer for over a decade and a half on the soap. We haven't seen the ruthless side of Don Diamont's Bold and the beautiful character Bill Spencer in quite a while. While he tried tricking Sheila into confessing her crimes and getting her murderous granddaughter, Luna, out of prison, he hasn't truly unleashed his cutthroat side in a while. But that's okay, because Diamond has been playing all kinds of facets of his character for a long time, and recently took a moment to celebrate his longevity. Diamond shared an image on Instagram where a site praised his time on the show, and he wrote, 16 years it feels like 16 minutes. To say that I'm grateful to executive producer Bradley Bell for having created this wonderfully complicated character for me, and trusting me to lift him off the page is an understatement. He continued, I have so much gratitude to everyone I work with in front of and behind the camera, The Bold and the Beautiful CBS Darren Brooks, who plays Bill's son, Wyatt, responded, "Congrats, Pop, here's to 16 more love, your #1 bestest son." Stars from across the soaps came out to congratulate Diamond's anniversary, with the young and the restless Lauralee Bell responding. And Diamond replied, Lauralee_Bell. General Hospital's Kate Mansi hilariously chimed in with, "How many years ago was the first country album?" Diamond couldn't help but give a cheeky response, writing, "Kate Mansi, you're confused." Still working on the debut album in collaboration with Garth Brooks. He's just so damn busy. Really frustrating. And why? And ours Beth Maitland shared the touching comment, "So proud of you, and so happy you have been such a bright light in my life, my sweet friend. Long may you wave, and congratulations, you handsome icon. Love you, Donald, X6. Diamond lovingly replied, "Beth Maitland, but thank you, Beth. Love you too. Prank each other. Should we be worried about Carter's fragile heart?" Carter is a man on a mission on Bold and the Beautiful. A mission that might just be leading him straight to heartbreak. After a whirlwind romance with Hope that went from friendly chats to full-blown passion in a matter of days, Carter's heart seems to be in overdrive. But as their hot and heavy relationship hit a brick wall, with Hope calling it quits just as fast as it began, we're left to wonder, is Carter truly in love, or is he simply deluding himself? Carter's pattern of falling for the wrong women is no secret. Remember Zoe? Their love story ended in betrayal. Then there was Paris, a brief and ill-fated romance that never quite took off. And who could forget Quinn, the married woman who nearly turned his life upside down? Carter has a track record of chasing unavailable or complicated partners, making it hard to believe that this situation with Hope is any different. Hope is a woman with her own complicated history, and it didn't take long for her to move on from Carter. But Carter is still trying to win her back, clinging to the idea that their love story is far from over. It's a classic Carter move, falling too fast, too hard, and refusing to let go even when the writing is on the wall. But is this really love, or is Carter just obsessed with the idea of a love he can't have? His desperation to win Hope back seems less like true romance, and more like another case of him chasing a woman who isn't fully available to him. In the end, Carter's struggle may not be about Hope at all, but about his own fear of being alone. A recent episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered one of the most emotional storylines in recent memory, centered on the unraveling truth about Liam Spencer's terminal illness, and the cascade of decisions, relationships, and confrontations that followed. What began with Luna's unexpected eavesdropping evolved into a sweeping arc of truth, sacrifice, and redemption. Luna, seeking to establish a connection with Finn, visited Steffi's home only to be turned away. However, as she departed, she overheard a deeply private conversation between Hope and Liam, one revealing that Liam was suffering from terminal cancer. The information, intended to remain a closely guarded secret, stunned Luna. Without hesitation, she chose to inform Bill Spencer, repaying the man who had once saved her from a legal crisis. Bill's response to Luna's revelation was one of disbelief and devastation. Learning that his son had chosen to suffer in silence instead of confiding in him, Bill confronted Liam with raw emotion. In a deeply moving moment, Liam confessed his desire to shield loved ones from the emotional toll of his illness. But Bill refused to accept the inevitable. Leveraging his wealth and global network, he launched an aggressive campaign to find a cure, contacting top oncologists and medical researchers across Europe and the US, assembling a world-class team to assess Liam's case and explore advanced treatment options. After extensive consultations, Liam agreed to undergo an experimental surgery conducted by a renowned Swedish surgeon. Though the procedure carried high risk and uncertain outcomes, it was his only chance. In the days leading up to the operation, Liam shared final moments with Hope, Steffi, and his daughter Beth, preparing emotionally for any outcome. Following a grueling 12-hour procedure in a private surgical suite secured by Bill, doctors emerged with cautious optimism. The surgery was deemed successful. Liam had survived the initial phase, though recovery would remain uncertain. Liam's rehabilitation was marked by setbacks and emotional challenges, but steady progress soon followed. Within weeks, he regained mobility and was discharged from the hospital. The experience changed him fundamentally. No longer preoccupied with trivial conflicts, Liam redirected his energy toward family, reconciliation, and purposeful living. Bill, overwhelmed with gratitude, made substantial donations to cancer research initiatives and hospitals in Liam's honor. Luna, instrumental in revealing the truth and offering quiet support, was embraced by the Spencer family despite past tensions. Her bond with Liam, non-romantic but profound, was rooted in trust and shared humanity. As Liam focused on healing, his story reverberated across the broader narrative. Steffy Forrester, moved by Liam's plea for unity, extended an unprecedented olive branch to Hope Logan, offering her a renewed opportunity at Forrester Creations and signaling a shift in long-standing rivalries. The proposed revival of the Hope for the Future line under Steffy's leadership hinted at a reconciliation between the women, inspired by the fragility of life and Liam's legacy. Simultaneously, Hope found herself caught in emotional crosswinds. Her deepening bond with Liam was complicated by his encouragement to pursue a future with Carter Walton. However, when Hope witnessed Carter in a seemingly intimate moment with Daphne Rose, a newly introduced interior designer, she was blindsided, and her personal trajectory shifted yet again. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan, known for her protective instincts, became increasingly uneasy observing Hope's emotional volatility. Suspicions about Daphne and Carter's dynamic further fueled Brooke's concern. In quiet moments with Ridge, Brooke expressed fears that Hope might spiral, whether in grief over Liam or in pursuit of a rebound romance. Her insight added a layer of maternal tension as she deliberated whether to intervene or trust Hope's judgment. Although Liam's surgery marked a victory against the odds, the narrative hints at future turbulence. A figure from Liam's past is poised to return with unresolved issues, and the looming threat of medical relapse remains a concern. Unspoken truths, buried in the urgency of survival, may soon re-emerge, impacting everyone connected to Liam. For now, the Spencer family embraces a brief moment of peace. Liam's survival stands as a testament to love, determination, and second chances. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, stability is always fleeting. As characters reflect, reconnect, and rebuild, new alliances and emotional entanglements promise even more compelling drama on the horizon.